What's up, everybody? It's AJ with etrailer.com. Today we're going to be checking out this Telestep Telescoping Ladder. That's going to be a great way to have a ladder with you at all times, but also be able to store it in your RV. We know that you don't have a lot of space in those basement doors or even in your rig, but this will be a way to have a nice big ladder so that you can work on your rig anytime. So let's say the AC is messed up or you need to get up on the roof to check out something. You don't have to worry about it all weekend. You can have this with you. That way you can use it whenever you need to. Let's check it out. We have a little bit more space than normal in our basement door today, but we're going to take it around and try it on a few other ones to just show you what it fits. But to give you that very specific measurements, let's do it right now so you can visualize if it's going to fit in your rig at home. Let's go from bottom to top, 32.5 inches. Then the width, side to side, would be 17.5 inches. And then let's get a depth too, just to see. Looks like about 3 inches. So that's what you're working with. Try and visualize that and where you're going to put it to see if it's going to work for you. Here's another size basement door here. You can see it's plenty wide, the fit, but it's not really tall. So let's see how this goes. Fits just fine, no issues, which is pretty impressive for a 12.5 foot ladder. You can see in the smaller compartment that the ladder fits just fine. Now, when we first started working and getting our hands on these, I was a little bit skeptical, but the more I messed with it and climbed up and down it, I can see that it's fine. It's got plenty of safety checks in there that I like, like for example, these are all red right now, but as you pull it up and out and they lock into place, they turn green when it locks, so you can see it's okay to step on this. So it comes and does that all the way as you extend it. You can hear those clicks and test it. It's the non-issue. The other thing I like is it's got the pads at the top so that when you do rest it on whatever you're resting it against, it's not going to damage anything. Along with the feet that are always level, if you can see those, I can tilt it back and forth and it always stays flat. So you always have flat footing when you're on the ladder, so there's no reason to be worried when you're climbing up something. And also, the fact that it telescopes up means you don't always have to use that full 12.5 feet every time. So if I just need a little bit less, you saw I grabbed 3 rungs down from what the full length is and got it right here at the top of the slide out. Because let's say we're out for the weekend and we have the slide out and it's in the fall, there's leaves and branches falling down off the trees. Well, you want to get that off of there before you bring that slide out in, or you could risk damaging something. So now I can go ahead and climb up there with a brush or something and clean that off. And I wouldn't have been able to do that without this ladder. You come down here and pull these 2 tabs and it'll start telescoping down, and you don't have to worry about it going super fast like some of the competitors. It comes down because of the gas struts built in. So it's just going to slowly come back down. And now you have it fully compacted and ready to put away. If you're looking for a different style ladder, maybe not one that leans up against your rig, but maybe something that stands on its own, Telestep does make an A-frame model, so you will have that kind of ladder that's more traditional. And it also has a contractor version of this one that it has slightly larger steps, so that it has more of a footprint. So if you are using it all the time and you're going to be on the ladder and you just want more of a step, you have those options. No matter which one you go with, they're all going to be made out of aluminum material. So they're going to be nice and lightweight and easy to carry around with you and put wherever you need to put it. But just because it's aluminum doesn't sacrifice the strength. It can still handle 300 pounds and it's OSHA approved. So if you want to use it on the job site, you got nothing to worry about. I have some of the competitors right here, but wanted to show you some traits about them to maybe further explain why we picked the Telestep ones over these. There's a bunch of little things that add up that you wouldn't know until you already bought them and had to deal with it. So we're going to look at this one first. This one's really slow, and that one drops really fast. I'm going to show you this one first to show you how slow it goes, which isn't necessarily such a bad thing. It means you don't have to worry about smashing your hands, but it does take time. It probably could get annoying over time to wait for it to collapse. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this. Push it out, let it come down. And this is it doing by itself. I'm just going to hold on to it, let it come down. You can see that wasn't all the way up, but if it was, it would take quite a bit of time. It's kind of a good thing that we don't have to worry about smashing your hands like this one. So we'll go next door here. And another thing, as I lean against the rig here, you can see it doesn't have the rubber pads either at the top. That's a pretty good feature. That way you don't have to worry about damage thing. This one doesn't have any of that protection. Just lean up there carefully. Come back over here. Now I'm going to show you this one. Now this is the one that drops really fast. You do not want to put your hands anywhere in between here because it will smash it. So I'll come down here and pulling these tabs with my thumbs. I know this is the base, so it's not going to crush my hands down here. If I pull them down, that's how fast it drops down into place. So it can be kind of dangerous. If you're not paying attention, you pull those and you put your hand on the wrong spot, it's going to smash it. Another thing I think the Telesteps have over these two are the way the feet sit. You saw on the Telestep how it sat flat. No matter which way I moved it, you can see the feet on this one are making contact, but it's not always staying flat. I can move it back and forth. Definitely not flat, and that's the same for this. It almost like comes to a point. So yeah, you still have traction and it's still touching, but it's really touching that middle part. It's not staying even as I move this back and forth, and that just doesn't give you as even of ground when you're going up and down that ladder. All the Telesteps are OSHA approved, so you don't have to worry about using them on the job sites. They're good to go there. It's also made out of aluminum, so that's good because it's not going to corrode, the weather and elements aren't going to bother it, but also it's lightweight, so it's going to be more lightweight than a ladder would be at this size, fully extended. Plus that's helpful when it's all the way compacted and you're going to throw it in your compartment. It's still going to be lightweight when you're grabbing the whole thing and moving it around. Overall, I think it's an awesome thing to have with you at all times. You have a 12.5-foot ladder. That way, anytime you need it, you can use it. Really saves on that worrying if, you scratch something up there, the AC's not working, you got to clean out the gutters. You don't have to worry about it on your weekend when you're trying to relax. You can actually just hop up there real quick, take care of it, and get back to having fun. Well, thanks for hanging out, and I hope this helped.